When? Oh, that's a really good question. Though the foundation was founded in 2012, the story actually goes back to 2006. 2006 was the year I founded the BLD, also known as BLD Lawyers and Black Lawyers Directory. The BLD was founded really to highlight and promote diversity in law. The focus entirely was for lawyers through having events, through training seminars, and the Black Letter Law publication, which is very much in existence today. However, it became very clear that it can't just be about lawyers. We've got to go and start from the beginning. Go to the schools, go to the university. There was a young lady that made this quite crystal clear for me. There was an event I ran for students at the LA Piper in November 2006. She was at the event. It was about training contract, how to get training contracts. She was there and she came to me. She's very bright. She really impressed me, and she had great grades. She went, she was fine. She was doing really well. She was working as a paralegal. But the frustration for her is that she was making lists of applications for training contract, but she wasn't really getting anywhere. So I wanted to get to the bottom of it, obviously, for her, because I was telling her, you need to do this, you need to do that. And she was clearly doing all those things. So that day, or the day after, I can't remember now, still a long time ago, she did send me a CV. What surprised me was the CV, you can't see her talent. It was not clear on the CV. So I unraveled this. Quite clearly, she spoke French. She was very bright, as I've said. So bringing out the talent, polishing it, making it stand out, and it stood out. What I did, I sent it to 3 law firms. One didn't reply, another said, sorry, we can't do anything about this, we have a process, you have to apply. Another clearly also have a process, you apply, but luckily that particular year there was one vacancy left, there was one training contract position that they still haven't filled. And I said, actually, I haven't looked at the CV, encouraged her to apply, she got on. To cut a very long story short, she got a training contract. That really got me going very quickly, thinking, hang on, there must be loads of students like this from the, their BIM background, Black minority ethnic students, and those from socially deprived background. There is something we can do to make a difference. And really that was why, basically, to polish the diamonds, to make sure it's not a lack of talent out there. No, plenty of talent. However, it's the polishing, it's the equality of opportunities. Whereas if you're from a particular background, you may be exposed to so much more. And I felt, actually, we can do this. And that was the creation of the program called the Legal Gateway Program. So really, that is how that started. That carried on and was launched officially in January 2008. But it took a lot of time. It took a lot of energy. It took a lot of money and everything else. It was taken over. So it became clear that actually it needs to be in a different organization itself. So in 2012, the BLD Foundation was born. And that really, so the why is to create young diamonds gleaming out there. And I think that's what we have today. What the foundation does, the work of the foundation basically, is focus on the advancement of education. Our real focus is on those from socially deprived background and those from ethnic minority backgrounds. So we marry that, and we're very focused on social mobility as well. But how do we do that? How do we deliver that? We deliver it through the Legal Gateway Scheme. The Legal Gateway Scheme has 4 distinct programs. The first one is for those aged 13 to 19, basically roughly from year 10 at school to year 13. So they get exposed to open days like BPP Law School is part of that, different law firms, from Slaughter May to Barclays, open days, and they then also exposed to work experience. They get at least a week's work experience in that sense. So that's today's students, tomorrow's lawyers. We don't give up. We keep with these children if they're very interested in law. We're not forcing kids to be lawyers, by the way. We just want to support them, whatever their aspirations are. So if you're very keen, to carry on and to pursue a legal profession, then we have a bright stars and we will support you throughout up to university and beyond. So the next program is the First Head Start. The First Head Start is for the first year law students and second year non-law. Again, is to give them the exposure to say, don't fall asleep. You've got to really work hard. This is what is required of you. If you really want to make a success in the legal profession, you've got to give it all you've got. And then the next level is the legal launchpad. The legal launchpad, you have to be in the second year law student or the penultimate year non-law student. And again, this is a 9-month program. It's a very unique program because not only do you get your guaranteed work experience, not only that, but there are a range of training programs run, and as well as one-to-one mentoring, support throughout up until you get into full-time employment, basically. So the final one is a standalone mentoring. It's not everyone that gets onto the Legal Launchpad program. So we don't mentor under 18. You have to be 18 years or over. But if you are and you're keen, you're focused on the legal profession, we're there to support you. So this is standalone. You don't have to be part of the Legal Launchpad program. So that is called the Make a Difference, Be the Difference mentoring program. So in a nutshell, that's what the BLD Foundation does. I love that question. What is different about the BLD Foundation? One of the key things, as far as I'm concerned, is that we really hone on 3 key areas. 1, we're very hot on diversity. Number 2, social mobility is extremely important. And number 3, talent. They are all 3 equally important. So we're not saying, oh dear, we just focus on your social mobility, never mind the talent, or never mind the issue of diversity, or just diversity, never mind social mobility, or never mind talent. So all 3 together in sync, absolutely. That's one thing we do that's very different. The other thing that's so exciting, as far as I'm concerned, like the BLD Foundation does, that's so different, is that we cover this age from 13 to 30. We select, and when we select people, we support them. We don't select and simply say, right, okay, you're selected, you're officially part of what we do, but we don't do anything for you. You're just part of our statistics, numbers. No. We really will support you. Really, if what you're looking for is to qualify into the legal profession. So we're there all the way up to full employment. That's another thing. The other thing that's very different is that we're not London-centric. We're very much national. In fact, roughly every single year in the Legal Launchpad program, for example, there are 33 universities. Some of our applicants are taken from 33 universities, so that is fantastic. So we're not looking at just Russell Group or just non-Russell Group. We're looking across, we're looking at talent, we're looking at social mobility, we're looking at diversity. That is very different about us. The other thing that is also very different about us is that we also, in terms of our work experiences, again not London. For example, Legal Launchpad students from Reading to Manchester to Birmingham, Newcastle, London, of course, they're there. But really, that's another focus of the foundation. I can actually go on and on. There's so much more. So you can tell that we are very distinct, we're very different. And finally, one of the things we do, our key partners, we just don't focus on one sector. I'll give you an example. We work with FTSE 100 companies, Barclays, BP, we work with them. We also work with law firms. Baker McKenzie, Vincent Mason, Sidley Austin, I could go on, we work with them, very much partner with them. Then we work with those in the public sector, the government legal services and Hackney Council. So really it gives a really wide breadth of experience to our students. So that makes us very different, and we do this with a very tiny amount of money. What really excites me about the foundation, I've already said it, it's about why we're so different. That is exciting. The other thing that really excites me is when you then meet these youngsters. Youngsters, when I say youngsters, some of them are in their 20s or their 30s, they're youngsters to me. But some, you met them when they were 15. And today in the 20s, and they'll tell you, I might get an email from Hong Kong or another place saying, thank you, you made such a difference, or the BLD Foundation, or the BLD, you know, what you've done for me. That excites me. It excites me that people who might well have thought, no, law is not for me, I can't do this, I can't do that, or, you know, the doors were closed. There is such a difference, and the confidence. The most exciting part is the confidence at the end of the day. That absolutely makes it all worth it. My hope for the future, to be better, to have more sponsors on board, to have more students who are doing, you know, amazing amount of work, who then come back and are supporting the foundation, the work the foundation does, to do more than law. The future, hopefully, is that it will be focusing on STEM, perhaps in the future. That is what I hope the future will hold. That the mathematicians out there, the budding accountants, the budding bankers, and we also can help them. That we can also be a place they come to because we look at different angles, diversity, talent, and social mobility. I hope we'll get there.